I think it says we have some depth and some quality. Uh, Obviously, for those of you that don't know, we lost Brian Carroll in the last. It was a game time decision to not play him. He has flu-like symptoms, and our doctors and medical team did everything they could to try to get him ready. And that's an awful tough spot and an awful tough player to lose. So it was, Leo comes on and does a really good job for us. I thought he actually played really well in the first half, and our team didn't change too much, but I think it means that we have some depth this year, and that's nice.
John, how would you assess Maurice slipping back into a little bit of a different position? How much different is it from what he did last week, and how did he perform in that position?
I thought he did a good job. It's hard to do, especially when your mindset. You train all week as a number 8. You're going box to box. You're covering a lot of ground. The pressure is different. The options where you get the ball is much different. And so, while he can do that, again, that says a lot about him that he's able to slide back one place and have the game that he had today.
John, can you talk about Sebastian's performance then?
Seba was good. Obviously, you put the ball in the net, and the stadium erupts, and that's excellent. But Seba did a lot of work today for his teammates. Made some quality passes, had some quality touches. So he was really important to us today.
John, did your team show you something with a lot of new guys that weren't here last year, the way they kind of bounced back after last week?
The one thing, Andy, that we were in this position last week. We were up a goal, and we talked about it all week long that while we had a good performance last week, we needed to take that next step. And, it was a little different, but you close out a game. We really didn't give them a chance in the last 10 minutes. I think that says that we are slowly making progress in that regard.
John, bringing in someone different from last week in Leo, what does that say about the way this midfield chemistry has kind of developed, being able to do something like that?
Well, I think you saw in the first 10 minutes of the game, it was a little shaky just because guys had to get, we hadn't trained with those players in those positions all week long. But Leo has been in a lot of the preseason activities with those guys. And then I thought we started to get the game a little bit and knock it around, and that was good. I told Leo, you don't have to be, the best player on the field. All you have to do today is go in and play the role. You got to do your job, manage the minutes, manage the moments so that you don't put yourself in a position where you're not able to make the next play.
Did you expect Coach Heaps to mix things up as much as he did, dropping guys like Rowe and Kobayashi and then Gonzalez?
Yeah, interesting lineup from them. In talking to Jay, I think he had some injury issues as well, and some last-minute kind of deals. And, whether that's they're telling us that or that was how they planned it the whole time. Interesting for me, more so that they dropped their line a lot. I thought that they would come and really try to make it an attacking game. I like their front 5 mobility. I thought last year that was what made it difficult for us to handle was the interchanging of those positions, and they showed a little bit of that in the second half even. But it was a different type of style and tactics for them today for sure.
When did Leo find out he was going to be starting, and how do you think he performed on short notice?
Leo found out possibility about 2 hours before the game, and then he literally found out about 3 minutes before we were walking out for warm-ups that he was going in. And, you just try to give a guy like Leo the time to prepare for it. I constantly try to tell guys, you never know when the opportunity is going to come. That's why I want you working hard during the week. That's why I want you to prepare. That's why I want you to know what your role is on a defensive restart, just in case your number gets called. And Leo, he's been a guy that for the last, year and now the start of this season has been good in that regard. So happy for him.
A win is a win, but how important is it for you guys to get over that hump and be able to get that second goal?
Well, I would love to, the best way to close out those kind of games is to get the second one. But again, I go back to the fact that we were in this position last week and we didn't close it out. So the fact that, and look, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think we played a great second half. My expectations coming out of halftime were that we would do the same thing. We would control the tempo of the game with possession. I think we had one of the highest number of passes and that we had completed in the first half, and my expectation was we go do that again. It's hard. The players wanted to rectify the situation from last week. There's a little bit of, you could see they dropped their lines. I mean, the whole time I'm kind of urging us to get up and put them under pressure a little bit. But that's going to be the next step for us, to finish that off. And we had a couple, again, some chances last week and this week to put the second goal in the back of the net. And it needs to come, but hopefully it will sooner than later.
Last question.
I noticed Moby late in the second half was yelling at the team to move forward. Is that something you're looking at him to bring to the field?
Yeah, I should mention, it's Moby gets the captain's armband. He gets it late as well. And he was constantly looking over at me, and I'm like, Moby, get our line up, get us, don't let us drop back and just try to defend this one. Let's play. And we do that with our pressure. We think that our pressure initiates our attack. And so he knew that and was definitely trying to communicate that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.